tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who Jews got blocked, who knows we don't she down to the blue top. The same old pimp, mates, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee me myself, level up. You don't believe I'm on the world, double up. We don't play around, it's a bet, lay it down. Didn't know me 91, but they know me now. I'm the young Harlem with the Goldie sound. Can't me, hold me down, Buddha. Screw me to the game, now I know my duty. Stay humble, stay low, blow like Woody. True pimp, spin a door on the booty. Yeah, we gon' make stay on the cutie.
It's like the morning we come. Hey, morning as we see. Hello everyone, we are here. It is a Choosy Tuesday. Welcome to TrendingSA. Thank you so much for choosing us on this Tuesday. We are coming to you live on SABC3, and for all of our online friends, you can stream live on TrendingSA.tv. So you know what it is. For the next hour, not just half an hour.
Half and half.
Next how much?
Okay, so for the next half an hour, and then the half hour after that.
Yes.
Nah.
We'll be unpacking trending hashtags that got everyone talking on these social media streets. And with me to do that, on my left, she is sister Wama Punchlines. She is Nina Hasty. Waga Hasty.
Wakanda hasty.
Wakanda.
Are you? What kind of hasty are you?
What kind of music do you like?
What kind of music do you like? Wow. Guys.
That's for saying wow yourself to your own picture.
No, I was like, why are they showing the people this picture?
So I always wanted to ask people that have bedding like this, is it always white? Do you just have white
Yes,
bedding?
I only have white bedding.
That's why she takes black and white photos.
Yeah, so
Sure.
I have white bedding because I want to feel like I'm in a hotel.
I only take pictures when I have the white bedding on. When I don't, when it's,
Is it
the pink
Spider-Man?
and green one, the mixed one, that's got pink and green. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't post.
He is the doctor with pink and green bedding. He is Dokotela Musa Mtombeni.
And then it makes a color, that pink and green.
Like
Oh, Hebana.
Because you like pink, obviously.
Yeah,
Are you
it is.
sitting on an imaginary chair? What's happening here?
I don't know.
This is the pose when you go to festivals in the bush. I'm joking.
Get down.
This is a bit of a, flying out of Limpopo vibe. What's happening here?
Am I on a broomstick? This is my Harry Potter.
And on my right, she is the voice of reason. She's our straight shooter. She is Miss Gilly Roberts.
Mom, darling, baby's gonna get her award. Baby's gonna get her award. Safta, you know what I'm talking
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only pub. Oh my gosh, look how gorgeous she looks, Iskuli.
Yes, thank you, Lindani.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
nice.
Gorgeous. I
Very
like that
nice.
dress.
That's my life, forever interrupted.
I'm so sorry. Oh, we were introducing you. My
Forever
bad.
swerved, curved.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Pabi Moloi.
Yeah, boy!
SAFTA Award nominee
And future winner.
and yellow dress wearing. That's gorgeous, by the way. Is that yellow?
What is that, lime?
That's really gorgeous.
That's gorgeous.
Sure.
That is really gorgeous.
The public.
I can't
guys.
that's too much. Go. Let's move along.
Okay.
I'm just jealous. I want that dress.
I really
Now
quite
that
enjoyed
dress.
that moment. All right, listen, let's get straight into it. What's on your social media? Dokotela?
Starting things off with hashtag Tom Moyane as well as Floyd Shivambu. They were on the top of the trends today. And of course, social media had a thing or two to say about this. And then, of course, hashtag Stogie T or Stogie Trash seems to have had you guys crying and attacking. Under that hashtag, we'll be taking a look at those a little bit later on.
Yo, it's lit, man. Siskuli, what do you have for us today?
A handful of our African artists have been nominated for the Kids' Choice Awards in their respective categories. So in light of that, tonight I want to focus on kid stars that have gone viral on the interwebs in Worth a Follow. Remember when you guys were kid stars?
Let's move on.
Right.
So, Nina, what's happening on your timelines?
Savagery, Pab, savagery. That's the accent of savagery. Anyway, since the passing of Stephen Hawking, social media has had zero chill with their posts. So I'm going to be checking those out. You guys are nonsense.
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 Funny nonsense though.
All right, so now listen. We are literally a few days away from the South African Film and Television Awards. It is so exciting. Our guest tonight has, without a doubt, made an indelible mark on South African screens. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Ntate Jerry Mufokeng will be joining us in studio. I mean, what an actor, right? So if you want us to read any of your questions live on air for him, all you have to do is follow us at TrendingSA on 3 on Twitter and on TrendingSA on Facebook and Instagram. Post your questions, and as always, use the hashtag #on3. And now we dance.
Get your pole, baby. Rock your pole, my friend. Rock your pole. Put warm.
I mean, you know, if this presenting/doctoring thing doesn't work out, I mean, there's a whole career,
Yeah, I'm gonna work as a
juicy peach booty career waiting for you.
No, she's booting.
Booty. A juicy peach of a brother.
Okay.
Hello. We're back and you're tuned into TrendingSA on SABC3. Don't look at me like that. We're also online on TrendingSA.tv. This is Nina, I'm Babi Suskuli, and Musa's got your social media right now.
Yes, checking out some of your posts, and of course we're going to head on over to Facebook to see what you're saying this evening. A post here from Dimakatso saying, Papi, I forgive you for not recognizing me. Yay! I'm your greatest viewer of all time, Dimakatso. I love you guys. I choose us. the Trending SA team. I love you guys so much. As you love me.
We do.
Oh, we love
We
you,
really
Lala.
love you,
Love you,
babes.
D.
I don't know what's going on with the puppy. I think it was just a shared message. Just said, let me just one data package one time and just send it out. Zadela Zulu here saying, Mara guys, do you think it's fair that I had to wake up just to watch you guys?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Yes.
I love you guys.
Absolutely.
Very fair.
Have a nap.
Very fair.
I think
it's
it's
a thing
fair.
called the pre-Trending SA nap.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
have the nap and then you wake up and watch Trending SA.
It's like a
normal.
disco nap back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the one you take before you go to the club.
That's a
That's what
disco nap.
That's a disco nap.
Or is it this? Oh, club.
Disco and a momo.
Okay, club nap.
Thank
Trap
you.
nap.
Trap, okay, it's taking too much. Anyway, remember, you can have your post right out live on air. All you have to do, tweet us, and of course, we will retweet, like, and do all those kind of things. It's Trending SA on Facebook as well as Instagram, and Trending SA on 3, and that is on Twitter. Make sure that your hashtags are on 3. Phew, can you believe it, guys? Time flies by so quickly, and the year is almost it's almost been a year that our father Ubabu Joe Mafela has passed on.
Mdasekhaya, 2017 was hectic. So many giants passed away. I mean, you remember, of course, Ntate Ray Phiri, former rugby player, US van der Westhuizen as well.
Yeah, Robbie Malenga was on that list, and Jabu Kubeka, gunman. That was very sad.
Oh, shame. We even lost heroic people like Mandla Hlaswayo. And how could we forget the tragic shooting of Dumi Maselela?
One thing I can say though is that also on the list of people that had passed away in the past year, something maybe to raise your spirits a bit, Hugh Hefner and everyone else again that we know about, may all their souls rest in peace. Now moving on to other things, we're talking hashtag Rabada.
Yay!
He's free. Give us free.
Give us
free.
What, babe?
She watched Amistad. Let's continue.
Well, he walked away scot-free. Not us free, but scot-free, and will be back in the game with immediate effect. This is following his claims of misconduct being thrown out the window against the test match that they played against Australia. By the looks of the picture shared by advocate Dale Mpofu on Twitter, the young cricketer got himself the best team of lawyers to discuss whether he in fact did breach the ICC code of conduct or not. While we, have come to know that the outcome of those meetings and all that sort of thing kind of happens on and on and on. And of course, social media got happy about all of this. These are some of the responses that came through there. This one from Neil Collins saying, Rabada is back. Advocate Talimpofu has done it again. World's best bowler, Kagiso Rabada, will play for official CSA at Newlands this week. SA versus Australia. Up yours, Cricket Australia.
Wow. Dude, that's a swear word.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Up
That's
your
the
streets.
equivalent of rubbing shoulders with the Australian
Yeah,
captain.
literally exactly
Bad.
that.
I
Ban
see.
him.
Another one here from Ntogo M saying that Kagiso Rabada is free to play with immediate effect and will be available for the third test against Australia at Newlanda. Wow. I'm starting to think Advocate Dalimpofu can walk on water. This guy's a fan. You can hear it.
I
Well,
know.
nice one. I'm sure he can't wait to get back into the game. Another hashtag though, as we're moving on, that popped up on my timeline for most of the day was hashtag Tom Moyane. Best believe it. Right, so in the late hours of last night, our President Cyril Ramaphosa dished out Tom Moyane with a letter of suspension, and Soma replaced him with an acting SARS commissioner, Mr. Mark Kingen, all in one day. The President states that he's suspending the SARS commissioner with immediate
You don't.
effect.
Sure, that's
Think
hectic.
on. We are working here. We are working
Okay,
here.
don't intimidate us.
Not playing here. Anyway, according to Mr. President, since taking office as SARS Commissioner, Tom Moyane has only brought the revenue services and government into disrepute. The President went on to say that he has lost all confidence in Moyane to lead the institution. But of course, you know how it works in government, is that when you get fired, you're going to go and sue somebody. And Tom Moyane is not going down without a fight. He responded to the President by basically saying this.
I have to announce to you that I will never retire.
I will never retire. I will never be fired. And that's what he was saying whilst he was packing his boxes at the SARS office. Well, maybe those weren't these exact words, but look, he refused to resign and has threatened to take the president to court.
Wow.
Now, a whole back and forth reminds me of, remember when the Hawks boss, Burning Klemeza, was also pulling the same stunts and refused to hang up his boots. Yeah, well, one thing I can tell you that this is possibly the beginning of the Ramaphosa versus Moyane fight, and you want to stay glued to this story. Moving on to something else, Stogie T Rash. That was the hashtag that was on Twitter today. And of course, hey, social media had a field day under this trend, and people were feeling like this is quite savage. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, this is the tweet that started off. Dumi Molekane decided to share this with Twitter sphere. This is the tweet. It says, young dude stopped me by the car, said, wanna hear my bars? Nah, go get a job.
Ooh, burn.
Sure. But let's just be honest. The guy was just opening himself up for the Twitter backlash that came his way because they were having him like the Last Supper. Take a look at some of the savage responses that came through from the tweets.
Ow.
This one coming through from Nkululeko saying, you open your Twitter and a fat failed rapper thinks he's done save the world. You are famous because those people you dismiss, you fat failed rapper.
Wow.
Phew. He is belong in the trash. I feel like I'm in 8 Mile right now.
Yeah,
Phew.
man, it's
So
too
I can't be
hectic.
saying these things, but
so-
they're your tweets. One here, Sundowns Fanatic saying that, hey, Sole Gwenya, told a fan who did him a favor by coming to him, even
An
though he's
entire
irrelevant, to go
Legwenya.
get a job when he tried to rap for him. Batung, brother.
Okay, it's not that
Brother.
irrelevant.
No.
Another one here from Mashi saying
man.
that if
I
you
don't buy
listen
this.
closely, you can hear the diabetes.
Oh, guys. Seriously, so this is what we're happy with this. People can say like, oh, my garden tools and my woman, and they can talk about all
it's
kinds of
fat
things.
shaming.
But
It's absolutely
like,
disgusting.
Man, please, first of all, I'm sure that, but that
yeah.
to me, I mean, I'm sure that he wouldn't do something like
Well, the
that.
thing is, he's quite a woke.
Dude, he's whoa.
Yeah, so he does
Okay,
things that provoke a reaction
exactly.
to get us to
Let's
think
just-
harder.
Hello,
doesn't
hello.
he?
Wait.
Of course.
Mamelad.
And to fat shame him like
know,
that.
exactly.
That's
I know.
get rid of his weight.
That was
People
not
even
right.
anyone actually
what?
listen to any
Hello,
of his
I'm trying to
albums.
work here.
I don't care what you have to say.
work. Hello,
No, you don't listen. I'm
I
just
just wanna
saying,
finish my
no, what
update.
you don't understand is the fact that he's probably trolling all of
Yeah,
you
I
guys
get that,
because
but
he's the
like,
troll
all I
of the
want to
year.
do right
think
now-
you
don't
understand what it's
understand
like
him.
on
You don't
social
understand
media to have
him
this
on
kind
social
of-
media.
Absolutely.
Listen.
No.
You're my
You
hero,
must listen
man.
to
You're my
us
hero.
this time. Listen to us.
Been trolling those
ladies,
people.
Listen,
Trolling
ladies,
them.
Mamelad. Right.
Well, it was a crazy day outside Parliament after a case of after school is after school when EFF Chief Whip Floyd Shivambu trended for manhandling a journalist outside the parliamentary corridors. Do you understand what happens there? Yeah, Wenamusa. You see what happens when you provoke us, when you can't stay in your lane, when you don't recognize. Anyway, take a look at this video.
But to Adrian, I mean, what is he doing harassing Ulanduza, Chief Whip? He was annoying him, obviously. I mean, Ulanduza, Floyd is such a sweet guy. I mean, that is so out of character.
You know, I mean, this is something that you know as a journalist, Skuli, but according to the parliamentary press rules, right? So if you've got a parliamentary press and you're a journalist, you actually have permission to photograph any politicians outside of parliament. So I don't know. I'm curious to know what was said by the journalist to Floyd that annoyed him on that particular day.
Well, I mean, Floyd did release an apology statement, so and this is in part what it says. Sure, there's a lot there. So,
Sorry?
The scuffle happened and it was never an assault on the journalist or media freedom. I regret the incident and believe it should have been handled differently.
thank you, Puppy.
That's very interesting. I believe it should have been handled differently by myself. Okay. But if you look at the beginning of the apology statement, like he sets up a whole story, the reasons behind him manhandling the journalist, the whole setting, what the weather was like that day, the clouds came in on the escarpment. But he doesn't immediately just jump into the apology. Do you know what
No, but
I'm
it's
saying?
probably because have you ever written out an affidavit and then they say whilst, and then the
No, it's not
person
whilst.
came and then the whilst, and then they were like whilst.
Well, okay, so I came across a tweet from journalist Annika Larson. She posted the statement from the Parliamentary Press Gallery Association. This is what Annika's tweet said in part. Any journalist working on the parliamentary precinct on assignment and outside any restricted area has the full full right, not only to photograph, but also to ask questions
Hello?
of any public representative.
Public representative.
That's why they're there. They're not there because they're bored.
I don't know.
That's
So,
your
so
job.
if that actually is the case, then what Ndade Shivambu is saying falls flat, actually.
It
Tricky,
does.
tricky.
Well, unless he didn't know.
Maybe you didn't know.
Yeah. Maybe we should read the rules a bit.
Okay.
Well, look, the court of Twitter also had their opinions on this one, and you know it was all about Floyd's statement after all. So Floyd Shivambu didn't know a man with a camera at Parliament was a journalist. I guess Floyd thought Adrian de Kock was a tourist, and that's from Tami. Another one here from Leighton saying that apology accepted, my force. At least you gave him a lesson on how to tie a tie.
And it's a double Windsor. It's a double
What
Windsor.
is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
exactly.
going on. The last one coming through from T-Sets was saying that true colors are starting to show. Chief Whip, next you'll apologize for not paying tax. We are watching you, Mr. Temper.
We did try and call Mr. Temper, as he called him, Floyd Shivambu, of course, for a comment, but he couldn't be reached. But on the line is a journalist in the video, Adrian de Kock. Good evening, Adrian. Thanks for making time to chat to us.
Good evening, TrendingSA.
Good evening, Nana. Firstly, there's been some confusion if whether what we see in the video was a scuffle or assault. Can you clarify?
No, it was an assault. I charged it an assault. It's not a scuffle. I mean, I don't know what a scuffle means, but it's definitely assault.
It's not a scuffle. What led to the altercation? What happened beforehand?
Well, I was actually there for Patricia DeVille. I was there to photograph Patricia DeVille, with her disciplinary hearing. And we were waiting, for Patricia DeVille to come out. And I saw Floyd Shivambu arrive, and I thought, oh, well, this is a perfect opportunity to go and photograph Floyd and get his comments. And on the DA, the DA is now obviously going through the disciplinary hearing and to find out.
You know what, Mr. de Kock, we're going to have to cut the call right there because there's obviously a scuffle happening with your phone line. We're not able to hear you at all. But thank you for clarifying that. We did hear from him now, Adrian de Kock, saying that it was an assault.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going to go
And he was
press
waiting for
charges.
Patricia DeLille and...
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, no,
No, I couldn't understand that.
Was it assaulted like peanuts?
Guys,
like
all
the
I can
peanuts
say is that
assaulted-
hopefully they sort it out, and that's no way to behave publicly or privately. You can't go around assaulting people or touching them. Peace, people.
Yeah.
Unless it's peanuts.
Sorry we touched you on your studio, Musa.
They said, do not assault people. Wow. Wow.
I am a hypocrite.
Please take us to an ad break, otherwise...
Wow, okay, since I'm being threatened, you know what you need to do. Stick around, we're not going anywhere. SABC 3, see you after this.
She's not threatening you, man.
So far. Wish you could see it with your own eyes. Yeah. Kick out the shoes, hop in the sun.
tuned into Trending SA live on SABC3. We're also on TrendingSA.tv. Don't forget to send in your questions for our esteemed guest tonight, Ntate Jerry Mufokeng, who will be joining us in just a bit. But
So do it again. Esteemed.
Yeah. Okay. But before that, let's check out what you've been saying to us on Twitter. Mgazi Princess Nomfundo Biela 5 says, we apologize for the break in transition. I am done with you guys. Thank you for the truck full of laughs.
Hello.
Leroy J416 says, at Dr. Musa Mtombeni, watinta abafazi, watint umbogoto, ozo.
Ngizo what?
I can't say that because I think it's a bit
please
violent.
don't. Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that to you.
Yeah.
To be honest, they actually didn't touch me.
Pushing death
it was
upon
just
people.
an act. I was just, oh my gosh, don't hit me. And then that was the end.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for all of those posts. We love to hear from you. You too can have your posts live on air. Just click the follow button at TrendingSA on 3 and use the hashtag on3. Time now to see who's worth a follow.
As I mentioned earlier, the Kids' Choice Awards are officially happening this coming Saturday in the US, and one kid nominated in the African category caught my attention. Nigerian comedian Emanuela Samuels. She was born just the other day, and already people from all over the world know her for her videos. She posts of herself doing funny skits on the web. Check this one out of her pranking one of her sister's potential boyfriends.
Can't you see the curtain is outside? So her dad is arrived. Her dad went to the... It's your dad, her dad is... Hey! I just had the block! Go inside the block! Inside!
Inside here?
Yes, now jump inside there! What up is coming?
Oh, Nana's her first stage appearance was at the Funny Bone Show in 2015, and already she has 378,000 followers on Instagram. I think I've got like 5. She's an AG influencer, Niger Delta Special Talent Award, and now she has a Nickelodeon nod. Nice one, Nana. Nice. The stars are looking very bright for young Emanuela. Anyway, let's go back to the clip and see if the dad will eventually catch the boy out.
Gift! No, don't point inside the block.
Nah, I like the fact that she used her own environments. Guys, if you want to see more of her videos, you can follow her on her YouTube page, Mark Angel Comedy, and on Instagram, she is Official Manuela. Now, come closer. We've got kids from SA. Yes. Kids making the pot on the social media streets. I'm going to bring you one closer to home. He's only 10 years old, and really, Dominique beats the drums like a pro. Yes. Before we get to chat to Dominique on Skype, take a look at this video of him in action. More.
Let's set this party on fire. Players.
I couldn't even write in cursive at that age.
More. Absolutely brilliant. And we have on Skype. Hello, D. How are you? Welcome to Trending SA, little man. How long have you been drumming?
I've been drumming since I was 2 years old.
Wow. More.
So tell me something. What inspired you, to start drumming?
My grandfather, Melvin McNabb. When I was 2 years old, he started singing for me and dancing for me, and I started taking my daddy's screwdrivers and I started hitting on my mother's tables.
Whoa.
And from there, I started developing the rhythm of music.
That's really quite amazing. All right, I've seen most of your videos. You played at Valentine's balls, and I'm sure you must be a favorite with all the girls at school. How do you make time for school and playing? When do you practice?
Unfortunately, for the girls, my mother is the only girl in my life right now. So sorry. and my mother made a roster for me that that balances my schoolwork and my extra activities.
Good.
So I just follow it every day.
Wow.
Excellent.
I don't know if there's someone in the background there who can turn the TV off, because we're hearing funny interference with the TV. And while that's happening, you know, you're so talented with your music. It seems like you're following this great roster, you're balanced, you know what you want to do. But what are your big dreams? Like when you grow up, what do you want to be?
I want to be a music instructor, and I want to share my gifts with young children.
Mama.
And let them and give them the chance to carry on with music.
If someone's out there who's your age, who has a talent, who is a bit nervous because they're young, what's your message to them?
Just remember, always practice.
Always practice.
That is a beautiful message. Congratulations on all of your amazing talent and achievements, Dominic. That's amazing.
That's
right?
fantastic. Thanks, Dominique.
What
Say
a
hi to your daddy
cutie.
and mommy.
All right, it is time now for another one of our regular features. Can we all say this together?
Yes, ma'am.
Please just hold hands.
It is time for...
That's so savage.
I don't know if you saw me close my eyes, guys, because I actually had to ask for forgiveness for this next segment, because once again it is time for the shadiest part of the show. Scrolling through your savage tweets, guys, there have been so many savagery moments in the last couple of days that we actually couldn't resist but to share it with you. As you know by now, no one is safe in these Twitter streets. Even legendary singers, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, they're not exempt from savagery memes, even after their deaths. I'm dead, me too.
Oh, you babe.
Hashtag too soon memes have become the norm on Twitter. No person who's passed is immune from being used as a funny meme after their immediate death. Guys, listen, if you don't make memes of me after I die, I'm going to be very disappointed. Anyway, Twitter even made memes of the famous physicist and cosmologist Stephen Hawking, who died at the age of 76 on Friday, March 14th. For most of his life, Hawking was wheelchair-bound due to the motor neuron disease that paralyzed him over the years. But tweeps were not bothered and were armed and ready with hashtag too soon memes of Stephen Hawkins. Have a look at your own savagery. Ness.
Aye. Funda Nina.
My chair reminds me of Stephen Hawking.
That's a good one.
There is no God, there is no stove. Oh, wow!
Aye. Aye.
This is too much and stolen. Wow. Wow, guys! R.I.P. the King. Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. Guys!
Oh my gosh, that guy's neck looks so sore.
Yeah, it's because he just got clapped.
Wow.
Oh, wait, one more. I think there's one more.
Wow,
That was the last one. Guys, if you laughed at any of those pictures, you are going straight to that pit that has fire in. You frat.
You might enjoy that pit. The savagery continues. Just the other day, some poor guy posted a picture of himself. This is what happened. Uthi-ke, ngumuvenda. What does it look like I do for a living? Uyabuza nje innocently. So let's say it's a Tuesday, innocently. Simple enough, right? Well, what came after that wasn't the response he was expecting. Instead, Teeps took notice of the guy's facial impairment. Look at what Twitter did, John. Wooty. Oh, LBK says, who knows what you do? Oh, Elvis Tucker says, no one knows. Sportsilda says, only God knows. Oh no, guys. Forshay says, here I was thinking I have a big nose, Kandiki entry level. Aye, guys. Aye. Oh, Venda follow train. Hashtag brand pusher says, you destroy oxygen before it gets to others. But got the point. Aye. Oh, Eric says, pretty sure I got it. Google. Ow. That's all the savagery we've got for you, and that's enough. I mean, guys, you guys are mean. Nobody knows.
That was so hectic.
What was he thinking?
Like the thing with
Nobody knows.
savage tweets like that is that you don't laugh, you just go It's just,
Yeah. Do you
it's
feel
like,
physical pain?
It's almost like you knows how it feels.
Nobody, that's what you should have expected. But with Steve Hawkins,
Shame. Listen, guys, I want you guys to make fun of me before the day after I die.
we won't. You know we won't.
Please, you have to. Just don't make my memorial at baseline. Thanks.
Oh, Nina, you can't choose. Baseline, I'm going to phone the guy right now.
On
Nina.
that note, I really do think we need a break and to sprinkle ourselves with holy water. When we return, the legendary Ndata Jerry Mufokeng joins us. Your
Mama
presence
Nang is
sounds
where you are
great.
going to be buried.
Ain't gon' change, I'm a savage. Ain't gon' change, I'm a savage. Ain't gon' change, I'm a savage. I'm a savage. Ain't gon' change, I'm a savage.
next
it's
one.
coming. Wow. Okay, so you can obviously tell we're about to class things up. Welcome back to Trending SA on SABC3. That smooth, beautiful jazz was selected by our esteemed guest tonight. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He is a fantastic actor. He has contributed so much to the South African film and television industry. Now, some might know him for his role as Bramosko on Scandal, but he's also acted in many, many critically acclaimed films. He was was in Tsotsi. He was in Cry the Beloved Country,
Wow.
Mandela and de Klerk, Safe House. I mean, I could really go on and on and on. He has also won 3 South African Film and Television Awards for Best Actor in the feature film Max and Mona back in 2006, and then for Best Supporting Actor in a TV drama series in When We Were Black. And last year he won Best Supporting Actor in a TV drama for his role in Heist. So as we get closer and closer to the nights of the awards, we think it's only fitting that we have such a legend and stalwart join us. He's also multifaceted as a family man, and a motivational speaker as well. Now, before we welcome him onto our set, have a look at this Oscar award-winning moment.
Wow.
My child.
Stand up.
What?
I'm a lover.
And this J? Huh? Jesus Christ. Like as a cripple. Man.
Aye, what ye? Stand up.
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to TrendingSA the acclaimed and respected Ndade Jerry Mofokeng Wamakhetha. Wow, Ndade Mofokeng, it's so great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time out to be on our program. We see that we have always known you as Jerry Mofokeng, but now we see you've added Wamakhetha to your name, and I know parts of your family have also done that. Can you talk us through that? The reasons behind it?
Oh my. Yeah. You people always throw a curveball at people.
I'm sorry. We just want to understand.
2015 in Bloemfontein at Woolly, somebody comes to me and says, Dumela Ntate, and by the way, you're my brother. I say, what do you mean your brother? Says, no, my father is your father. And cut a long story short, says, then do you remember Ntate Den Mutlepu Makhetha?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I know that. And he says, that's your father.
Wow.
So only in 2015 December, 10th December, on my wife's birthday, I find out that I'm not who I thought I was.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's a movie in just that book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Why are you going to write it?
I can. If you permission me, I will do it. Absolutely. Let's go back into acting and discovering your talent. I know that the 70s in this country was tumultuous. And obviously then in the industry of arts, television, theatre, 70s, 80s, I mean, there was a lot going on. Can you talk us through, we want to know about some of the challenges, but more than that for me, I want to know the highlights of that time for you. What you were able to achieve, see, experience.
Right. It always starts study sheety at church. And then my home is on Wema Street between Orlando West High School and Uncle Tom's Hall.
Okay.
Hector Peterson Memorial.
Yes,
right there. That's my home is right there. So I grew up on Gibson Kente.
Wow.
Yeah. Eve, his wife then, who was a model, she always came in late. And so we joined her. And when she went in, we were her entourage. And so that's the beginning of an appetite. And then I wanted to go and join Gibson Kent, and my mother says, never, never. Those corrupt people and blah, 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 blah. And so I think out of nothing, halls with no lights, with terrible acoustics, people made theatre. They gave us something to live on, to imagine, to see magic. And then, of course, only in 1983, after I'm married and at age 27, I was in first year at university. Now, understand, when I went to Wits, one black man in 4th year, Julius Mtsaka, one black man in 3rd year, Temba Wakasha, one black man in 3rd year, and Chabeno Alurule, and one black man in 1st year, me. That's Wits Drama School in 1983.
I mean, when we read the history books, and it seems like something so far away, but here you are, you lived it. And so this longevity that you've been able to have, what do you attribute that to?
One, I believe in the training of an artist.
100%.
I might be prejudiced, but yeah, I believe in the training of an artist. Having been trained, you stay disciplined. And you stay professional. Those two things will give you longevity. I cannot prescribe. You know, as a director, I remember I was directing a play in Durban at some point, and my actors came a little bit babblast. And I worked them from the first minute into overtime. Because my argument is, you are my instrument as an actor, head to toe, inside out. And you cannot bring me an instrument that is out of tune. You can't. It's strong. And so little things like, okay, the people at Scandal, they workshop their ideas and they say, no, we know this is what Jerry brings to Neumchet. All right? And then they get the scripts to me. I do my homework. I can't come and leave it all to the director. I do my homework and then I rehearse with fellow actors. We were actually joking about the big guys who say, I'm sorry, I don't do lines. Acting is like playing tennis.
Reciprocate.
The better your opponent, the better your own game gets.
100%.
And so it's give and take. So really, the secret for me is discipline and professionalism. That's it.
Discipline and professionalism. Now, not so long ago, there was a headline saying that you don't like being placed next to model actors. You want people who are experienced. Can you expand on that? Why is it so important that they should be experienced? I mean, why must I get experience? Or skill?
It's. I don't want to be pushing donkeys.
Yeah.
Should I put it like that?
I hear you.
You know, here's the thing. When somebody who's next to you is really not giving you anything, you end up compensating. And so the actor takes over instead of the character. You interfere with the character that you're meant to be portraying. And so let me be blunt. I don't want to act with models. I want to act with actors. Because the more they give me, the more I give them. And so, me and Khomotso, YV, I mean, the first day I got onto that set, they say, Yvonne, I said, YV. And everywhere she goes. And my name now is, where's YV? Everywhere I go. You see, Moscow comes second, but where's YV? I say, can't you stick?
I'm so scared of you in that role. I'm so scared of you.
So, I mean, that's somebody that you're associated regularly with. Somebody that we wouldn't necessarily associate you with is Drake. Now, please explain to us. I mean, you know, your work has not gone unrecognized internationally. How is it that you and Drake got to know each other? How does Ntate Jerry Mufokeng and Drake cross paths?
You unearthed that.
Let's have a look at this video real quick.
All right.
Okay. We were just showing it in the background. It was just a bit of a cutaway. Tell us the story.
My agent calls me and says, look, these guys are asking for you. They simple. They're inviting you to go and do this. Would you like to? I mean, it's really nothing big, nothing special, but just, a little detour. I say, well, it's going to be an adventure. Let's do this thing. I get on set and they don't have a script. They just have a few lines for what have you. And the more they see me doing things, the more they increase the dialogue and the scenes and so on. And so we shoot in Senton, and we shoot in town, and we go and shoot in Kliptown. And it was great fun. It was great fun, but it was an adventure. That's
so glad.
all that it was.
That's so much fun. I'm sure you have so much street cred with your children.
Imagine. Hang out with Drake.
Did you take a selfie? Did you take a selfie with Drake?
Did he take a selfie with you?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I didn't.
Missed opportunity. He
For
missed the
him.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's got the film now. So not only are you an acclaimed actor, but you're also a director of many productions that you've been a part of. And of course, a very important one that's close to your heart is A King is Born. Where do you see the future of the industry?
I think one of the worst things that can happen is when people begin to copy themselves. We are the worst copiers of ourselves. And so we've gone beyond apartheid place, we've gone beyond protests, and so it's time to tell human stories. And I think we also need to graduate from something that the trap that I also fell for.
Sure.
That is, you write, you direct, you produce. Gibson Kente did that because that's all that he knew. And there weren't other collaborators around him.
Yeah.
But I think we're moving to that era where writers will write, directors will direct, actors will act.
Wow.
And we've got the talent in this country.
That's powerful.
Absolutely. And the more, you see, when you write, the director brings another layer to your work. And you have a blind spot to what you're writing. And so I think we're maturing in all these areas.
And the actor brings something different as well, a different nuance to the story.
Oh, man.
Ndate Mofokeng, can we ask you to stay after the commercial break? Will you stay with us?
At your own risk.
It's a risk we're willing to take. We continue with our conversation with Ndate Mofokeng after this. music video, people. Calm down, calm down. Welcome back to Trending SA on SABC3. We're just about to wrap things up with our amazing guest, Ntate Jerry Mufokeng. You said at our own risk, so we have kept you at our own risk.
Tatem Omhle, 5 Fingers for Marseille.
Woo.
Tell us about that. Is it worth watching? Who should go watch it?
Everybody.
That's the latest movie that you're doing right now.
The thing is, the golden oldies who grew up
Yes.
on the westerns, you know,
Kids call
kill them all and come back alone and all. So it's memory lane. It's absolute A to cinema, Lily and all that. But then for the younger folk, you see a story that you can recognize, but told in a language that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
It's not violence for violence sake. Let's not go to vets classes, but basically, in a Western, you get somebody who's a baddie, who sees bad in a situation and they want to correct the bad. And then there are those goodies like me in the film who think, who do you think you are to come and clean up the mess that's here?
That's amazing.
And so it's about good versus evil. It's nature versus it's versus. But then I think the success of the film lies in these people foregrounded the story and not the storytelling. And I think they got it right.
Nice.
I must say it looks spectacular. The trailer is amazing. But let's move on to something else that's happening much closer, and that's this weekend. The SAFTAs are happening. Can you tell us who's going to win something? I mean, we've got Barbie, but let's leave the Barbie one out, right? The Lifetime Achievement Award. Can you give us a hint as to who's getting that this year?
It's people completely deserving. And I must confess, we're having a difficult time because we have so much catching up to do.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And there's so many deserving South Africans, so many legends, people who have done good in our industry. So we've got 2 deserving, but they're not the only ones deserving.
Well, you are so deserving, and thank you very much for spending time with us tonight. TrendingSA on 3. We're out. You are...